They said that black men couldn't fly. They couldn't learn to fly a machine such as an airplane, but they proved them wrong.
We are learning about the past from those who experienced it. Today's guest is Phillip Reis. Phillip's father was a Tuskegee Airman, which were the first people of color to fly for the United States Air Force. As we were wrapping up the interview, Phillip almost forgot to show me his dad's Medal of Honor. Phillip's father was working in a factory at the start of World War II.
And he was their first black supervisor. And he had his own crew. I believe on a picture, and I'll show you that later on, he had about a 6-man crew, and they were all black as well.
Wow.
Yeah. And from understanding, he knew a sergeant or colonel or somebody. And so he always wanted to fly anyway. That was another reason, too. He just always wanted to fly. So he got contact with this friend of his, this colonel, or I don't know what rank he was. But anyway, he suggested him for that class, go to that class in Tuskegee, Alabama. That's where he trained. When they did their tour duty, whatever you want to call it, they just felt, that was their obligation to the country, And then, too, that helped in the racism thing, too, because they said that they said that black men couldn't fly. They couldn't learn to fly a machine such as an airplane, but they proved them wrong,
Mm-hmm.
Eleanor Roosevelt, she said, she went out to Tuskegee and she said, well, I heard you guys could fly, and she said, I see y'all getting in the plane, going somewhere, and so she took a flight with one of them. She went back, because Roosevelt was the president at that time, and so she went back home to her husband, and you know how women can be, and influenced him, and then they signed some kind of papers for them to be able to fly. You have, when you look at your astronauts, a number of them are black nowadays. Who would ever thought to be a black astronaut?
Yeah.
The future, as you might say, stands on the shoulder. That's where the aviation goes, and the black man stands, with the Tuskegee Airmen.
Your father being the Tuskegee Airmen and dealing with a bunch of racial prejudice in his time, what do you think he would look at today's situation and say?
Well, he has always been kind of a teacher of his experiences in history. So when he's kind of like me, he's never, that's what I know of, he's never been, like a violent protester or anything like that. He believes in the education, of the generations, and that's what he did. He went places, like I said, and taught, and classrooms, and wherever they were invited, and things like that there. And so that to me is his. Besides being Tuskegee Airman, is his legacy as a father. Is that he wanted to teach. Let's teach it.
Yeah. What would be the biggest lesson your dad would try to teach people when he was telling his story?
Well, his big thing is to overcome. That for getting his wings pinned on him by his sister. And that's his dad next to him. That's him in the cockpit teaching other Air Force men how to fly.
Can you show me the Medal of Honor again, just in the camera?
Absolutely. Matter of fact, I'll be able to look better with the background of it.
And when was he awarded the Medal of Honor?
I believe this was 2005.